Hello students, welcome to 10th Maths online classes. In today's video, we are going to start a very important chapter of our NCERT textbook. This is our chapter number 8, Introduction to Trigonometry. So let's start. Now first of all, what is trigonometry? A trigonometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with the measurements of sides and angles. Okay, till now we know certain properties about angles of triangle. We know the properties about different sides of triangle. But we don't know about the relationship between the sides and the angles of any triangle. So this is the branch of mathematics which will help us to find the sides with the help of angle and angles with the help of the sides. Now trigonometry is made up of three words: trigonometry. Now tri means three. We all know that. Bisect, trisect, all these are the words which we have heard before also. Bi means two, tri means three. So tri means three, gono means angles, and metry means measurement. Okay, so the combination of these three words give us the word trigonometry. Now coming to the first topic, that is trigonometric ratios. Now what are trigonometric ratios? Trigonometric ratios defines the relation between different sides and angles of a right angle triangle. First of all, the trigonometry can be applied only in a right angled triangle. We cannot apply it in any acute angle triangle or obtuse angle triangle. It is mandatory that triangle should be right angled. Only then the trigonometry can be applied. Now we have total 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay, there are 6 trigonometric ratios which defines the different relationship between sides and the angle of the triangle. Now let's talk about the 6 trigonometric ratios. Now first of all, I have already told you that trigonometry can be applied in only right angle triangle. So I have formed a right angle triangle over here, ABC, right angle at B. Now in this figure, I have drawn this symbol. Now this symbol is known as theta. Okay, whenever we are going to represent an angle, we are going to write it as this symbol. This is called theta. Okay, and also we can call it angle A. So angle A is basically theta degree in measurement. Okay, so this is theta, this is my angle A. Now you can see that in a right angle triangle, the line which is a slant line, this is my hypotenuse. Now any side which is opposite to angle A and there is a side adjacent to angle A. Opposite means the side which is in front of it. Now for angle A, side adjacent to A means the side which is touching the angle A, or you can say which is forming the angle A. So this is my side adjacent to A. Now these statements have different names in this chapter. The side opposite to angle A is called my perpendicular, and side adjacent to angle A is called the base, and the slant line is always known as the hypotenuse. Okay, so basically this is my P, B and H. These are the abbreviation we always use. P for perpendicular, B for base and H for hypotenuse. Okay, so this is my P, this is B and this is my hypotenuse. Okay, there are 3 things which we will be using: P, B, H, perpendicular, base and hypotenuse, and the 4th thing is my this theta, that is the angle which is considered in the figure. Now there are 6 trigonometric ratios. The first one is sine theta. Now we cannot write the trigonometric ratios without the angle. There is no term such as sine. There is no term such as cos or tan. It doesn't have any meaning. When I write it with the angle, then they become trigonometric ratios. Okay, so we cannot write them without the angle attached to them. Okay, so first one is sine theta. The full form is sine of theta. Okay, this is SINE and we write it in the short form as SIN. Now second is cos theta. Now cos theta means cosine of theta. These are the full name of these trigonometric ratios. Cos theta means cosine of theta. Now third is tan theta. Okay, so full name is tangent of theta. Now first of all, let's talk about these three trigonometric ratios. Now the sine theta has the formula P upon H. Okay, cos theta has the formula B upon H, and tan theta has the formula P upon B. These are the formulas you need to remember to do this chapter, otherwise you cannot do this chapter. Okay, these are the basic formulas you have to remember. Okay, so sine theta is P by H, cos theta B by H, and tan theta is P by B. Now let's talk about the other three ratios. Now the next ratio is called cosec theta, and the name is cosecant of theta. Cosecant of theta. Fifth one is sec theta. This is secant of theta. The next is cot theta. That is cotangent of theta. Okay, so these are my 6 trigonometric ratios. The first 3 were sine, cosine and tangent, that is sine, cos and tan. The other 3 are cosecant, secant and cotangent, that is cosec, sec and cot. Now these ratios have the properties that they are the reverse of the previous ratios. That is cosecant is the reverse of sine. So if my sine was P by H, my cosec is the reciprocal of it. That is cosec is H upon P. Okay. Now sec is the reverse of cos. Cos was my B upon H. So my sec is H upon B. Similarly, cot is the reverse of tan. Tan was my P upon B. So my cot is B upon P. So these are the 6 ratios you need to remember. Sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec and cot, and their formulas P by H, B by H, P by B, and these 3 are the reverse of the previous formulas, that is H by P, H by B and B by P. Now let's see how to find the ratios when the sides and the angles are given. Now suppose there is a right angle triangle, right angled at B. Okay, and this is given that find the value of cos A. Okay, it means that we need to find the value of the cos of angle A. That means it's talking about this angle. First of all, we need to remember the formulas. Cos A is B upon H. That is base upon hypotenuse. Now what is base? Base is the side adjacent to any angle. Now angle we are talking about is A. So side adjacent to angle A means this side. That is the side which is touching the angle. That is my AB. And hypotenuse will always remain same. That is this slant height AC. Okay. Now suppose it's asking me to find cosec A. Now cosec A has the formula H upon P. Now H is again the side which remains always same, that is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is my AC. And P is the side opposite to angle. Now for angle A, the side opposite means this side BC. So this will be my cosec A. Now similarly, if they ask me sine A, the formula will be P upon H. H remains same, that is my hypotenuse AC. And perpendicular is again the side opposite to the angle, that is this side BC. And you can see that sine and cosec are reverse of each other, that the value of sine A and cosec will have the reciprocal of that value. Now suppose in the same question they asked for value of sine C. Okay, now they have changed the angles. So the values of perpendicular and base will also change accordingly. Now H will remain same in both the cases because it is the hypotenuse. That means it's the slant line. So it will always remain slant whether I take this angle or this angle. But the values of perpendicular and base will keep on changing according to the angle. Now suppose I am talking about sine C. That means this time I am talking about the angle, this one. Okay. And sine C is again P upon H. H will remain same AC. But my perpendicular is the side opposite to angle C, because now I am talking about angle C, so I will see the side opposite to angle C. Now which side is opposite to angle C? Now the side is AB. So the values changes. Similarly, if I ask for cos C, the formula will be B upon H. Hypotenuse will remain same, that is AC. But now the base will be side adjacent to angle C, that is this side. The side which is touching the angle C. One side is hypotenuse and the other side will be base. So this is my BC. So you should keep in mind that which angle is given and the values of perpendicular and base should be taken very carefully. Otherwise the question will get wrong. Okay. Now suppose the question is given that there is a right angle triangle, right angle at B, where AB is equals to 5 cm and BC is equals to 12 cm, and they say find all the trigonometric ratios for angle theta. Okay. So they are saying that find all the trigonometric ratios. That means we need to find 6 trigonometric ratios. But you can see that for the formulas to apply, we need to have the values of P, B and H. In this question, we know the values of P and B, but we don't know the value of hypotenuse, and without hypotenuse, we cannot find the trigonometric ratios. So the first thing will be find the value of hypotenuse. So you can easily see that this is a right angle triangle, and in right angle triangle, we can always apply the Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, h square equals to p square plus b square. So h square is equals to 12 square plus 5 square. 144 plus 25, that is 169. So my h will be under root 169, that is 13 centimeters. So my hypotenuse is now 13 centimeter. Now my question remains is find the trigonometric ratios. Now let's start with the very first ratio, that is sine theta. The question talks about theta, so I'm saying theta. If question says sine A, we will use A here. Okay, so sine theta is my P upon H. Now for theta, perpendicular is the side which is in front of it, 12, and hypotenuse is 13. Now second, cos theta, this is B upon H. Base is my now this side, 5 upon 13. Now third ratio is tan theta. This is P upon B. Now perpendicular is 12 and base is 5. Now similarly we can find the other three ratios also. Fourth ratio was my cosec theta. Fifth was secant theta. And the sixth one is cot theta. Now the formulas are the reverse of the previous formulas, that is H by P, H by B and B by P. So now what will be the answers? 13 upon 12, 13 upon 5 and 5 upon 12. And you can see that these answers are the reciprocal of these answers because the angle is not changed. For the same angles, the ratios will be the reciprocal of the previous ratios. Now let's take one more example. In the previous example, the sides of the triangle were given directly to you. But in this example, the sides are not given. Instead, a trigonometric ratio is given and you need to find the other trigonometric ratios. Okay. So in the question, this is given tan A is equals to 4 upon 3. So first of all, we will draw a right angle triangle. Because this is trigonometry, so we will have a right angle triangle. Suppose this is ABC, right angle at B. And it's talking about tan A, so we are talking about this angle. Okay. Now it says tan A is equals to 4 upon 3. Tan A is P upon B, which is equals to 4 upon 3. Okay. Now after that, we cannot say that this perpendicular is 4 and base is 3. We cannot say that. Maybe there is a possibility that this is the value which we got after eliminating everything. Suppose instead of 4 upon 3, I had 12 upon 9. Okay, I can change it into the simplest form and I will get 4 upon 3. Also, I can have 20 upon 15 and this is also 4 upon 3. Right? Similarly, I can have some other values also like 24 upon 18. This is also 4 upon 3. So I don't know what is the exact values of perpendicular and base, but we know that after changing it into the simplest form, this will be the form. So instead of taking P as 4 and base as 3, what we will do, we will take P as 4x and base as 3x. That is, we don't know what is the value of x, but the values of P and B will be something as the multiple of x. Okay, so this is 4x and 3x. So for angle A, perpendicular is the side which is opposite to angle A, that is this side. So this is my 4x and base is the side adjacent to angle A, that is 3x. Okay, so now the next step is find the hypotenuse because I need to find the other ratios. So for hypotenuse, I will apply Pythagoras theorem. P square plus B square. This is 4x square plus 3x square, 16x square plus 9x square. This is 25x square. So my hypotenuse will be under the root 25x square, that is 5x. So my hypotenuse will also come in the form of x. That is, this is also a multiple of x. Okay, now I got the value of P, B and H, so I can find the ratios. Now first ratio is sine A, that is P upon H. Perpendicular is 4x and hypotenuse is 5x. So you can see that I can cut x and answer will be 4 upon 5. So it shows that there is no mistake in taking x because x will be eliminated later on. So it will not create any problem while solving the question. But I have to take the x because it is not specified that the value of P and B are 4 and 3. They are some multiple of x and the 4 by 3 is the answer which we can get after turning the fraction into the simplest form. Now the next ratio is cos A. This is my B upon H, that is 3x upon 5x. Again, this is 3 upon 5. Now similarly, I can find the other three ratios. We don't need to find tan A because tan A is already given. So then we will say cosec A. This is H by P, that is 5 upon 4. Then sec A will be H upon B, that is 5 upon 3. And then cot A is my B upon P, that is 3 upon 4. So these are the other 5 trigonometric ratios. All the question of this exercise are of this type only, that you need to do this exercise to understand the very basic concept of trigonometry, because without doing this thing and without remembering these formulas, you cannot proceed to the further exercises. Okay, so you have to remember these formulas and do the question very carefully, because in some question, in the same question, they will say one time sine A and the other time it will ask for sine C. So the values keep on changing for perpendicular and base, but the hypotenuse remain same. Now let's do one more example of trigonometric ratios. Now this is a little complicated one as compared to the previous one. Let's see what is given. 3 cot A is equals to 4. Find the value of this thing. Now first of all, what is this tan square A? Okay, you know that whenever we take the powers, we write it like this: x square, x cube, x raised to the power 4. In trigonometry, instead of writing tan A square, we write it like this. Okay, so this is nothing else but the tan A square, that is square of tan A. Okay, so let's do the question. This is 3 cot A is equals to 4. So that means cot A is equals to 4 upon 3. Now, as similar to the previous question, I can find the value of P and B and the hypotenuse and then do the question. Now, first of all, cot A is equals to B upon P. So 4 upon 3 is equals to B upon P. So perpendicular is my 3x and base is my 4x. And similar to the previous question, my hypotenuse will be 5x. Now I need to find the value of 1 minus tan square A upon 1 plus tan square A. So I only need the value of tan A. So I will just find the value of tan A. This is P upon B. So this is my 3x upon 4x. That is 3 upon 4. I don't need to find any other ratio because the question doesn't consist of it. The question doesn't ask me to find that value. If the question has some terms based on sine A, cos A, then we will find that ratio also. Now in this question, I only need the value of tan A, so I am finding only tan A. Now I will just put these value of tan A in the question. How? 1 minus tan square A means tan A ka square. So this is 3 upon 4 and it's square. Then 1 plus 3 upon 4 square. So we will just solve it. This is 1 minus 9 upon 16. 1 plus 9 upon 16. So I can take the LCM. This is 16 minus 9. Again in the denominator I can take LCM. 16 plus 9. So this is my 7 upon 16 upon 25 upon 16. So how can I solve it? We know that when something is in the denominator, we can multiply it and we will do the reciprocal of it. Okay. Fraction divided by fraction means fraction multiplied by reciprocal of the denominator. So I can cut 16 and 16. So my answer will be 7 upon 25. So these were the basic questions on the basic formulas of trigonometric ratios. So I hope you understand this topic. With this, you can easily do the exercise 8.1 of your NCERT textbook. So keep practicing and thank you.